Hey guys, how's it going? Nice to meet you. What? Welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday. Unfortunately, Derek is a little bit sick, so don't try to work him too hard. Don't make him laugh too much, because I know he's got to take it easy. Wow, this is a so I can actually see him now. Like before, we've been recording and I cannot see him. For the first time, I can actually see his face. And
Ryan introduced me to this video thing, so we can actually see each other. Before, we were just recording our voices and then recording videos separately.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can laugh at each other real time.
Yeah, we can look at each other and say, "Wow, what a handsome dude." Wish he had more hair because I can't see it underneath all that hat.
Underneath all that hat.
Yeah, he's got so much hat, man. His hat power is like 9,000 or more. I don't know. Anyways, so cool. Today we're actually what? Oh, whoa! What was that? Suddenly hair came out of that hat. I don't know what. Wow, my hair desires have been satisfied. So anyways, so yeah, today we're actually not going to be doing reading people's comments. We're just going to kind of chat for a while about some things. And it will kind of touch on probably people's problems anyways, because that's what the whole point is. But more in a general sense rather than attacking one person's problem. We will continue with the other method later. And also, lastly, I'm sorry for talking so much. I apologize for not doing a Don't Worry Wednesday the last 2 weeks or whatever it's been. We've just been busy. I've been trying to, pack things up and move and all of that kind of stuff and getting ready for moving. So, been busy with that. And Derek probably been sick. So, I don't know. Anyways, either way, I apologize. And we're back on schedule. So, see you next weekend. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't even do it on the
weekend. Bye. Okay. Yeah. So, what kind of things did you want to talk about today, Derek?
Oh.
Are you gonna make me try to do something because I'm the host? Is that?
Oh no, I was just like staring at you drinking your red.
Well, yeah, like you're like, you can't do that.
That's a huge cup.
Yeah, dude, you can't. Oh, the cup is huge. It is. It's a massive cup. This is just reference. This is.
Mine's filled with Black Death.
Whoa, Black Death! Where'd you get that?
From the Grim Reaper store.
Oh, nice. Mine's filled with diluted Black Death.
So it's coffee, right? With chocolate in it?
Yeah, it's coffee with milk and chocolate in it.
All right. Okay, so this topic that we're going to talk about, actually, Ryan brought it up while we were just talking about things getting ready for the show today. So this is all like on the fly, which is actually really neat. But we were talking about just problems, and then he brought up that people don't ever really look at what's causing the problem. They're always worried about fixing it, which is okay, but they never really worry about stopping what's causing it. And like, you're probably thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't fixing the problem be also stopping the cause? I think that's correct, but when you fix a problem, it's kind of like you're slapping a band-aid on it. This is Band-Aid, by the way. You put a band-aid on it, it's
your
like,
hair
cool.
does not need a band-aid.
But it's like you're putting a band-aid on the problem. It's like, good, you fixed it. But it's always going... There's always a slight chance that that band-aid will fall off due to the pressure of the problem, aka blood from a cut, or just whatever it may be, and then you have that issue again. It may not be as strong as before because it's healed over time, but it still persists. That's why when you're always like at work or something with code, you don't just fix the code, you have to fix the root of the problem of that code. Now this like make no sense to anyone that does understand what coding is.
Yeah, whatever.
But I'm gonna pass it on to Ryan now, because he's the one that started off with that talking, and I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, because like, for example, a lot of times, especially with the people that we meet on YouTube and that sort of thing, depression is a big problem. You have a lot of people who are depressed, and it's like, well, you know, we've got all these solutions, like, oh, you can try to do this or you can do that, but that's only gonna repair the problem for a short time if you don't stop what's causing the depression. For example, you know, when we're growing up, we're influenced by the things around us. And, you know, like if we're listening to music that's like super depressing all the time, or even just some of the time, we're constantly getting ingrained with that sort of thinking. That is actually causing the problem. And if we can say, you know, oh, you know, now I've got this new attitude, I'm going to school every day, all excited and whatever. But if we don't stop what initially was causing the problem, that problem will come back. You know, nothing you can do to if you don't stop the problem, or if you don't stop what was causing the problem, it's just going to come back eventually. You know, and that's the same thing with influences. You have bad influences, you bad friends, or that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, if you don't stop associating with those things that are causing those issues, then you're going to fall back into it even after you try so hard and get so far. You know, you're going to fall back into that because it's still getting into your head over and over. And that's what's usually causing the problems. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a really neat kind of thing, because so often do we say like, oh yeah, we just got to do this, or got to, you know, think about life in a different way, which is true. But if you don't stop what was causing the problem, then you're gonna get it again. So, anyways, that was something. And then another thing, Derek was talking about I guess people are saying, you're always saying that, oh, the age group thing, like, oh, you know, you're only 12 years old, or you're only 15 or whatever, and so, you know, it's like, don't lump us into a group because we're a certain age group. And I can understand why you'd say that, because I've met some extremely mature, like 12-year-olds that were like more mature than I was when I was 20, you know? But part of the whole point of saying that is this. If you go through your life, you only, you know, the longer you've lived, the more experiences you have. And the more different things influence you less. You know, when you're a baby, everything that happens is an influence on you. And as a toddler, every single sentence, every single new experience is a new experience, and it has a big impact on you. But when you're 87 years old, there's almost nothing new, you know? And different things can happen, but you have a build-up of so much different experiences that anything anyone says to you is this little tiny piece of a giant puzzle, so it doesn't have that much of an effect on you as it would when you're a kid. So when you're a kid, you really have to pay more attention to, you know, the experiences that you're getting. And what I mean by that is to take time to judge and decide for yourself what you should be doing and listening to, who you should be listening to, and who you should be taking after, who your role models are, and why they're your role models, you know, because those impacts have a lot bigger of an impact on you than they have on an adult, which is good, actually, and bad, because if you're not paying attention to it, then you're just basically going with the flow, and sometimes that's not so great. You know, you're just accepting whatever comes to you, and sometimes whatever comes isn't really the best option. So, anyways, go ahead, Derek. Say whatever you want to say now. You got stuff to say.
I like things.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, because time and time again, when, especially in the younger crowd, especially in this generation where whining has become like really popular.
Unfortunately, yes.
Which is okay, like I get it, but I think the problem with it is that people are kind of more often than not like influencing, saying like it's okay to whine about it, it's okay to like not like what you're doing, and overextending your complaint when you really shouldn't. Instead of just complaining about something that you're not getting it your way, why not fix it? Or why not try to work towards it and have it your way because you worked for it and you earned it, rather than like, mommy, daddy, please give me this because I want it. And I think that's a big misconception because, as I said, in this generation where everything is so surrounded by technology and social media, and we have all these outlets to complain onto. We got Facebook saying I dropped my phone. We got Instagram saying I don't like this dog. We got Snapchat saying I hate my family. We have all these things to just complain on. And we also have these outlets to motivate and to inspire and to show people that, hey, like, life is amazing. We have so much at our disposal to use to make our lives even better than they already are. But it's unfortunate that people are using it just to express how bad their small first world problems are. Now, I'm not trying to, put down those that actually do have problems. Because of social media, we have a large view of things that are huge issues. And that's a big, big deal. It has created Kickstarter, it has created crowdfundings, it has created huge charities for these problems that are super real. But we also have that small minority that take advantage of these things, just crying about things that could be fixed if you just like step back a little and be like, you know what, maybe I should be crying about that. I should grow up a little bit. And ooh, I'm gonna die, man. I feel it. But what we're trying to urge here, because don't worry, we are gonna take your questions again. This just came up in a conversation and we feel it's really important to share. Like, we still encourage you after this episode to send us your questions and send us your situations you're in, because those are all different, those are all unique, and they all need their own attention. But we want to give this advice to you as a foundation for you guys to grow upon and create with when, say, for instance, we're not around, or you're out somewhere without internet and you have to survive on bears and whatever.
Bears and berries.
But yeah, age plays a part because, as Ryan said, when you're little, everything you first experience, you may view it as like the one-way ticket. That's it. It's like, oh man, that dude said no. Everyone else is gonna say no. But when you're talking to someone who's 10 years older than you, they probably went through 1,000 people who said yes, versus that one person that said no. You would never know that because you didn't get to experience it. You kind of just are viewing life at a one-way street. You're not giving a chance to like walk down that street and bam, like a bunch of roads and alleys open up for you. So we're not trying to say that just because you're young doesn't mean whatever you think is absolute. We're saying that, if you give it, I'm gonna smack my mic again. If you give it the time,
did that already a couple times.
If you give it the time to get better and to let yourself grow up just a little bit, then you can see that there is so much more to offer that's out there for us to experience and to put into our future problems that we have yet to experience. That's the great thing too, is that everyone's so focused on the one problem they have and they forget about all the other problems they have. And I think that's really bad tunnel vision, because you're now allowing all these problems around you to push you down when you're in that tunnel, kind of like going underground, but you're not letting yourself out. You're just, what is this? What am I doing?
What? Why?
But yeah, just, kind of respect what you have right now and learn from it. Give yourself that credit that, hey, you know what, it hurts right now and it's really bad, but maybe I'll give it one more try and just see if I can make it better and see where it goes. Dude.
Person guy, dude, person thing. Oh, that's not nice to call people things, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's culture or understanding, I guess I should just say, comes into a big part of how it all comes together, the whole life experience. Anyways, like I know one of my friends was talking about this. He had a Chinese professor, and he said, here in America, you guys are weird because you guys have laws against and enforce them way too heavily about child abuse and that sort of thing when it's just scolding your children. And in China, it's very important, and it's got a whole different connotation. It's good to punch your children, is what he said. It's not exactly what he meant. He didn't mean punch. You know, he was came from China. He meant to say it's good to scold your children and that sort of thing. And we have a very different outlook than they do. And the reason that they have their outlook is very good. Because you have to understand this. When you are in trouble as a child, or even as an adult, from someone who's a higher authority than you, who likes you, who loves you because they are a parent or a father figure of some sort, they aren't scolding you to get back at you, say, oh, you did this wrong, now I hate you and I gotta punish you. It's more so to teach you a lesson. And sometimes they try to teach you and it doesn't work, so they try to teach you another way. So they, for example, take away your computer, or they ground you, or they give you a spanking, right? Now, when we're on the side that's getting the spanking, we're not thinking, he just loves me, you know? He's just trying to teach me a lesson, right? We're like, ow, this hurts, he's a jerk, my parents are stupid, you know? But you have to take time, because I remember doing this when I was a kid too. I remember being in trouble, and actually my mom saying, listen, you know, I love you and I'm doing this because you need to stop doing what you're doing, because I want you to grow up and be a strong individual and that sort of thing. I remember being in trouble one time and being like, man, if I killed myself, then they'd be sorry, you know? And then I'd be like, wow, that actually kind of started making me cry, because my mom, I know she loves me and she's just trying to do the best, and I was the one who messed up, you know? So, it's like, you have to take time to separate yourself from how you're feeling so that you can really understand why you're going through what you're going through. Because there's a lot more meaning behind being scolded or behind the struggles you're having than just, oh, it's painful. There's always something you can get out of it if you can take your time to just kind of take a step back and say, you know, what could this possibly be giving me as an experience to learn from or to grow from? You know, so it's part of the word in Chinese, the word for teaching, the kanji for it, is literally a picture. Wait, sorry, not the word for, the word for teaching, is a picture of a woman scolding her child with a whip. And that sounds intense, but it is their idea of, why do we scold our children? Well, it's to teach them. It's trying to help them, you know? And that's, you know, every learning experience is usually painful. Rarely is it exciting and joyful, but it can be, depending on what's causing you to learn it. Sometimes you're learning something that's like, this is awesome, and sometimes you're learning something like, this sucks, you know? So, but anyways, I just wanted to say, you know, try to get over yourself. Your feelings aren't what make you, you. Your feelings are just how you're reacting to a situation, and you don't have to give those feelings all of the power over you and how you think. Sometimes you're going to want to complain in life, and you don't need to. Sometimes it feels good to complain, like finally get it off your chest. Totally understand that. But sometimes it's good not to be a burden on people who are, you know, trying to live their lives in a happy manner, and you're pulling them down. Or sometimes you need to have the experience of deciding not to vent or get angry or complain and that sort of thing, so that you can build up your own emotional strength. and build up your own self-control, you know, that sort of thing. You know, and it's okay. Like I said, it's totally okay to vent. Sometimes you just want to go to your parents or your friends and say, hey, like, this is what I'm going through. It sucks. And they're like, yeah, that sounds like it sucks. I can't help you, but you know, we can talk about it. And that's nice. But other times, you know, sometimes you need to just be like, I'm going through this and I'm gonna beat it, you know? I'm gonna just let those desires and emotions of anger, let them go. Let them subside, and I'll just continue without them, you know? You just have to make your own decisions, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I just talk too much. That's what's going on.
I agree with that. That last statement about letting your emotions get to you. When you're venting to someone and you're asking for help, sometimes you get really angry when you're asking for a favor. And your friend could be like, yep. I know you're hurting right now, but why are you yelling at me with gun?
Why are you yelling at me with gun? And why when I give you answer or suggestion, you immediately shut it down, even though you know it's logical?
Yeah, that's another
like you already
thing.
know the answer and I'm giving it to you, and then you just want to shut it down because what you really want is to be angry and vent. It's like, don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy. But we can understand that you're gonna be that guy on accident. But that's a huge thing. Like, keep your emotions in check. We're not saying become a heartless person and like toss it all away and like, oh, maybe if I don't feel anything, life will be fine. Probably not. No. But keep in mind how you're acting when things go wrong, and keep in mind how you're acting when you're talking to your friend, because they're only trying to help you. And when they're being blunt and they're being serious, that means they're giving you the best possible advice they can. A lot of us want to be babied the whole way. We want mommy and daddy to hold our hands the whole way. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case all the time. I mean, I wish my mom could hold my hand when I go to the store, but I get scared, you know? But,
I know. Each store is a scary place. It's got so much things to choose.
Well, I can't choose between Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch, you know?
I know.
I need my mom to put the chip pick for me. But, you know, those times go away. Enjoy your childhood for as long as you can. Mm-hmm. But
definitely.
I mean, as you can see, we're still like children, Ryan and I.
Children. We're totally children.
But keep your emotions in check. Don't let them decide for you. Do not let your emotions choose your fate. Unless it's like in a passionate, desirable, dreaming, I'm gonna be Goku way, then, you know, go for it. But don't let them like don't let them make decisions for like small instant gratification. A lot of times, like, especially in relationships, it's like, oh, my boyfriend cheated on me. I'll forgive them. I mean, they do it again. You're like, I'll forgive them. You're like, how many times are you gonna forgive them? Like, how many times are you gonna keep doing that until like this person has 1,000 relationships on the side? You're like, I'm still better, maybe. But yeah, just don't allow your emotions to make bad decisions for you. Mm-hmm. Like, the logical way is always the way that hurts the most, because you know it's true. It may not be in your favor, it may not be exactly what you want, but it's going to be the one that's going to help you grow into a better individual going forward. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and it's true, you know, like what Jerry was saying about oh shoot, what were you saying? I'm just kidding. I forgot my own train of thought. Anyways, like, you want to be babied through it all the time because that's easier, right? It's softer, it's nice, it's not so bad. But sometimes, I mean, there's such a thing as tough love, you know, like sometimes just gotta, you know, punch a donkey in the throat because they're not spitting the right way, you know? I don't know. What? You know, like I remember my mom, you know, scolding me or whatever, and it's tough love, you know? Sometimes you're not babied through it, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. I remember, you know, I was being lazy, you know, and then my mom, instead of like I saw that she tried a few times to baby me into not being lazy. And then one time she was like really tough on me. And I was like, oh wow, you know, and then I actually started working for something. And I was like, you know, sometimes an issue is solved one way and sometimes it's solved another. And it's okay that sometimes people are not nice the way that they say, not nice in the way that they try to give you advice, or not nice in the way that they try to help you. Sometimes it's mean. Sometimes, like, you're in a bar and you just have to get punched in the face because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Or sometimes it's just someone asking you, hey, why don't you stop hitting on my girlfriend? You know? So, like, when I was a kid, I used to look at, like, people who resorted to violence to solve an issue as, like, terrible, bad people. Now, I'm not saying go attack people, but my point is, sometimes that has to be done. Sometimes it has to be hard. And sometimes it has to be damaging or physical or way out of proportion for what the issue is, you know? But there are many different ways that problems are solved. And it's okay that sometimes people are mean or blunt or just complete straightforward with their answer to you, and it seems like, ouch, you just insulted me. Well, maybe you needed to be insulted. You know, maybe that's what's gonna get you going finally. I know that's happened to me. So, don't. If you have a friend and they're like just blunt, you know, like, dude, you have to stop doing that. And you're like, ouch, you know. It's like, don't just unfriend him, right? He's trying to help you, you know? He's being kind of forceful, but he's trying to help you, you know? So take people's advice who are mean sometimes, because honestly, sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you need a little kick in the face. Just a little kick in the face, like just the pinky toe, you know, scratching your cheek. A little kick.
Yeah, tough love is something I've lived by for a long time, like with friends and a little bit of my family. Because you know that's true, you know that's real. And your friends are like, dude, don't do that, I will punch you in the face. And you're like, please don't do that, I will not do that now. Like, my broken heart hurts, but I know this will hurt more.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, tough love is it's a real good thing. I suggest, like, I'm not suggesting like go punch your friends every time they do something bad. It's like, no. That thing you did, no, bam. Don't do that. That's You'll probably get arrested or something.
Yeah, they'll probably, yeah. No, of course it's good to be passionate with people too. You know, not passionate, patient. Of course, like, you know, you don't always have to resort to tough love, but if you're being nice and it's not getting through, then maybe you do. You know, it's nice to be able to resolve conflict with the most harmony as possible, I guess. The most easy way, like just talking to somebody like, hey, I've been having this issue and you've been causing it, so if you, you know, like, I'll help you through it. I'm gonna stop doing this, you stop doing that, we'll work on it together, you know? And then, cool. But sometimes, if that doesn't work, you have to go to the next level. And, yeah, just the way it is. So, yeah, like and, you know, different people are different. You know, some people like to resolve it one way, some people like to resolve it another, so.
Yeah, pretty much. You just have to go through the motions. You have to experience life on your own. Not on your own necessarily, but you have to experience it and be open-minded to everything. Not everything is absolute. Not everything is set in stone. One way could have went extremely well. You try that way again, all of a sudden it doesn't work at all. So then you have to allow yourself to try something different. There's no such thing as the secret way of life, and the secret of life and everything I do is gonna work out just fine. You just gotta go through it. If something doesn't work, cool. If it works, cool. Maybe if you try it again, it might work again. Who knows? You just have to evaluate each situation as it is, pinpoint what's causing it, try to remove it or try to fix it, learn from it, hate it, love it, destroy it, whatever. Just take those experiences with you into life as you move forward and continue to grow and continue to spread positivity with others. Share your pain with people. It helps those that didn't have anyone to help them, as you probably were fortunate enough to have someone help you. Because we all know what it feels like to be alone. We all know what it feels like to hurt deep inside. We all know what it feels like to feel like there's no one there to lend a hand. So kind of be that guidance for someone when you see them hurting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's many times where you live through something and you wish like, man, I wish I could go back 5 years in the past and tell myself this, you know, like, because here's the thing, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You know, 5 years from now, that's not gonna be a problem anymore. What your problem is gonna be is this, you know, but here's how you get through this problem. But like you said, like Derek said, you know, there's life, there's no complete answer that you will always have a happy life, or that you'll always not necessarily always have a happy life, I should say, because you can be happy regardless of what you're going through. It's actually very possible, but you won't always enjoy what you're going through. There is no life without suffering, and there's no life without pain. And if you're going through a phase right now where there's nothing wrong, awesome, enjoy it, because there's gonna be stuff going wrong later, and that's okay. you know, unless you die, then you got different problems. No, I'm just kidding. But that's just how it goes. There's always another thing ahead that's gonna be maybe painful or whatever, but that doesn't mean life sucks. I am completely able to enjoy going through a new problem, because if I'm able to see it like, okay, I've got this issue and it doesn't feel good, but I know that on the other side of this, I'm gonna be a better person. I'm gonna grow. I'm going to maybe help other people, and all through it all, I can stay positive and stay happy, stay true to what I believe in or the things that I enjoy, and you know, going through the struggle doesn't mean that life sucks. It means that's just part of what life is, and it can be. And every time, if you make it, it is a good thing, because this is how we learn. Just like I said earlier, you know, when a parent teaches his child and it's not learning one way, then it has to come to another, and that another is sometimes tough love, you know, and life does that to us already, even without our parents doing that for us. Sometimes we're causing our own issues, and we have to, it just gets worse and worse and worse until we realize that we have to stop causing those issues ourselves when we didn't realize maybe before that we were the one causing it by being around certain people or taking activity in specific things we shouldn't be doing or whatever it is. You know, eventually you figure it out and you're like, oh, that's why life wasn't so pleasant. You know, I needed to figure this out and grow so that I could basically be a better person or understand life a little bit better. You know, no matter how much you understand life, there's always going to be your next mountain. But the more you understand life, the more beautiful and enjoyable things can be. You know, as a kid, you look at the world with so much wonder. But as you become more wise, you see how things fit together, and it becomes even more wonderful because you say, oh, well, then this is possible because of these two things, you know, and that's how we're meant to grow up. We're not meant to be like, oh, this is the problem and life is full of problems, you know, and everything just kind of gets subtracted. Like when we're a kid, you have like, you know, this world, and it's like, wow, there's so much here to do stuff with. And then people pound you down, and then everything kind of like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, you know, I just want to be in my room, cry, and hold my teddy bear and want someone to tell me that I'm awesome, and when they tell me I'm awesome, I'm gonna tell them that I'm not. That's all I want.
That's truth right there.
I know, right? And then, but instead of having those problems beat you down and make you think the world is crappy, see those problems as opportunities to understand more about the world. You know, kind of like, and then use that new understanding to build upon other understanding. You know, that's like why creation is so cool. Like, you have Legos, right? And then you find certain Legos hooked with other Legos. And then you start coming up with ideas like, wait a minute, I could build a house out of Lego. And you start building your house, and then you build a house, and you're like, wait a minute, windows are a thing. And then you start putting windows in, you know, but you didn't know that, all of that, the first time you looked at a single Lego. You didn't have the whole process of knowing that they could fit together. You didn't know that you could create new things and play imaginary games with them, and or even videotape them and make whole movies out of Legos, you know? And it just kind of, things build on each other. But it's a struggle because you don't know those things yet, and you have to learn them. So go through life kind of seeing those problems as opportunities to learn new things so that you can have a more enjoyable life going forward, more impactful life going forward. My life wouldn't be very impactful on you if I didn't experience the things I went through, because I wouldn't know the things that I am saying right now to you, if I didn't have to experience the suffering and the problems that I had to face to get where I am now, you know? And there's so, you know, the whole world, humanity is so deep. There's so much history, and it's really beautiful once you start connecting different things that are like, you know, like, how did this culture get the same exact rituals as this culture, even though they've never met? Oh, maybe they came from the same place, you know? And then it's like, it's really neat, you know, when you start being able to experience life in this way. And it makes life a lot more fun and enjoyable rather than bland and just completely negative and broken and life just sucks, you know? So anyways, I went off on a tangent, but I think you understand what I'm saying. It's okay that there's struggling in the world, because it actually results in more beauty when you get through it, and more understanding and everything like that. So, anyways.
I don't have anything else to say.
I don't have anything else to say either.
Cool.
Cool. You know, it's funny, like when things like start to have the idea of maybe going awkward, I always choose that path. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make this awkward, and when I like moan and be like, just don't know what to say in silence. Like, my mind just wants to take the awkward path because it's funny to me.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we should do a joke.
Okay. Do you have one?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Santa Claus.
Whoa! Okay, hey, Santa Claus who? Of course I know who Santa Claus is.
Santa Claus who?
What?
Oh, I've gotta go.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up, baby. Nice. Okay. Good one. It made me laugh because it didn't make sense.
It was so bad.
But, yeah, well, that's the thing, you know. That's the way humor works. It's just supposed to kind of surprise you and make you laugh because whatever. And that worked because it was dumb. And it was good. that way. I was
Your
like, I
joke was
wasn't
so bad.
expecting.
Your joke was terrible.
Your joke was so bad, it made me laugh, and that's what made it good. Yup.
Don't try to become a comedian, though. That's not for you. If that was your dreams, I'm sorry. It's not gonna work out.
Sorry. I can imagine a comedian going on stage and just be like, knock knock. Santa Claus. Like, they're like, everyone in the crowd's gonna be like, this guy's not a comedian. Like, he doesn't do what comedians do, tell funny stories about their life experiences. This guy's just doing a knock knock joke.
Get off the stage.
Yeah. Although, I think if you did it with the right attitude, you could pull it off. Like, if you were like, I don't know, completely awkward, but like funny awkward, and being
like naked and just wearing your white socks.
Sure. Yeah.
Like the long ones, like thigh high.
What, maybe waist high, because
Yeah.
you gotta hide the specific parts that that excrete the body waste, you know. The nose. Yeah, socks up to your forehead. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen them.
I sure have, baby.
Yeah. I sure definitely have. What's he talking about? I just want to relate. Yeah. Anyways, that's a new fashion for you guys to indulge on. Socks that go up to your forehead.
It's like
Have fun with that one.
Like a one-piece suit.
Yeah, it would have to be. I don't know.
Except your forehead's like showing. That's the only thing showing, just your forehead.
Just your forehead.
Just draw eyes right there. Draw eyes there, so your eyes would be here, and then just draw a hole for the mouth.
It'd be like those like like what people wear when they come to rob a store. It just has the eye hole in the mouth hole. Except for it's one giant sock. And their forehead's completely, naked. And just they run into a shop. You're all freeze! And they're like looking at him like, what? What is that though?
Knock, knock.
Sock, shut up. Just one? Just one sock? Yup.
Give me all your one socks. I want the last one.
Give me all your onesies. This is the donut store. This is a bakery.
The sock
What have
thief.
you- Yeah. Where is she?
All right.
Hmm. That was Derek. That wasn't me. Derek was doing that noise, clearly. That was ventriloquism at its best, man. How did you do that? What?
That was my mating call.
Oh, I was wondering why it made me feel a little...
Just trying to communicate with Ryan.
Yeah. I felt the hormones just flying through searching through my whole body when he did that. I was like, what is that?
I was like, whoa, I'm mating with that guy. Right now, babies.
Except for I didn't want to mate with you. I just wanted you to be my mate. Like, yo, you're my bro. That's as far as we go.
Oh no.
Oh no. Now, it's a good thing there weren't any mates of the other variety in this room, because then you'd have those Axe commercials where they all decide to attack the person who wears the axe. What is up with that? Why do they attack him? It's so weird.
They want
They're
to
like-
ask him a question.
Oh, snap. ask him? What were they gonna ask him? Like, hey, you have any socks? You got any really tall socks that I could wear up to my forehead?
The furry kind?
The fur, like rave socks? Like those, what do you call those? Leg warmers that are like furry.
Oh, yeah.
I think those are cool, but I've never actually, like, I think they're cool in concept, and they probably look good on anime characters, maybe. But in real life, they're like kind of weird. It's one of those things. It's like, I don't know if that actually works. Raver gear, man. Fat pants.
That's super old school.
Super old school. I wanted a pair though. I wanted a pair for so long. I still have never gotten a pair. I was like, whenever I get like $200, I'm gonna buy fat pants.
I know they're expensive.
I know, and I never did. Fat pants. It's PHAT.
Yeah.
Which
because
is,
you guys ever want to buy it for Ryan.
Yeah, if you want to buy some rave gear, look up some PHAT pants. Fat pants. They're
ones
awesome.
with the shiny stuff on them.
Yeah, because you got to get that. What do you call it? Reflective stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fat pants are cool. They're just big. and they're kind of weird. I don't know anybody who actually wore fat pants. Like, I did know anybody. Yeah, I'm sure you did, because you actually went to the parties and stuff. Yeah.
Long time ago.
A long time ago, there was a Derek, and he would walk into the party scene, and his friends would have the fat pants. Fat pants.
I have an Irish narrator.
He walks into a room, and he sees the people with the fat pants, and he is jealous. So the next day he look up online, what is the fat pants? And he sees $200 for one fat pants. He says, I cannot afford. So he gets a job. He gets a job at a Subway. He begins to stuff the tacos with the lettuce. And the manager comes and he says, Derek, what are you doing? We don't serve tacos. We are a Subway. You are fired. He said, One day I will have a job and I will get my fat pants. But for now, I will just play video games and write music all the day long. When he was 27, he got a job doing car tricks. He takes the cars and he tricks them out by cleaning them and giving them away. When he was 39, he was dead. For quite a while, someone dug him up. They said to him, Why are you so dead? You're only 39. You should believe. And then he said, But believe in what? No, you should believe. Believe? Yes, it is the new term we use for live when you're not living but you are be. And Derek decided not to pay attention to that guy because he was a lunatic. That guy ate his bones. And Derek became one with a guy named Michael Serif, who owned a donut shop on 5th and 3rd of Outer Spaceland.
Outer Spaceland.
Yeah, in New Mexico.
So I'm assuming in this futuristic world,
New Mexico,
you're an Irish, Filipino, Chinese thing.
They call me the Thing. They don't know what I am. They say I'm all over the place. They don't know what I go through. They sometimes think that I am Russian. I don't know why. And then they sometimes think that I am a psycho person who has a little high voice and has a touch you. I wanna say goodbye, but in the end, it doesn't even have how hard to try. Keep that amount of satisfied as fast as you try. Nice. Just sing songs like a chipmunk. I try so hard, got so far. It doesn't really matter. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
We're not using voice changer for this part, by the way.
You know.
This is all for realsies.
I don't know what he says. Time. It takes right away. Slow down version.
Cool.
Yeah. We did it. Good job, Derek. Way to pull through. Now go to sleep because you're sick.
I have to edit this first.
No, you're just gonna lay down. We're gonna post this on a Friday.
Don't worry, Wednesday's backwards time.
Backwards time. What? What? Don't worry, Wednesday backwards time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. See you next backwards Wednesday. In the past? I don't know. Anyways. That's it. So next Wednesday we'll go back to the original schedule of taking comments from you guys and talking about the issues you're having and hopefully helping you and giving you advice and that sort of thing. So please leave a comment in the comment section below. Yes, I will look over the ones that I've gotten already from you guys, private messages and whatnot, and maybe do one of those next week. But Derek needs more, so post it on his comment section or post it on his private message situation, and then we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.